Hey guys, it's Bex here, and welcome to the first video in a 3-video podcast mini-series with raw food chef and detox expert Michael Perrine of everydaydetox.org and Everyday Detox here on YouTube. We're tackling the topics of cleanses, the true impact of sugar on our health, and whether or not we really need supplements. Please enjoy this video and leave your comments and questions for us below. We read every single one. This one is coming from a viewer question, and it's about cleanses and detoxes and diets. And are these 7, 14, 21 day programs effective? Do they have any use at all? Would you recommend for them or against them? I want to get into that and the basics of what a cleanse or detox is. And also, can you see results from them? The results that you see, are they really coming from what they've done over that period of time, or do they need a longer period of time to really judge if something's working for them?
There's a lot of variety to what these cleanses are. I've seen people define cleanses. I mean, I've had people come in the office and say, well, I'm on a cleanse and I'm about to give them a treatment. And I go, oh, well, this should be easy. But to them, a cleanse is like still eating like three to four meals a day. And I'm thinking, oh, I thought they were juicing, because that's what we commonly referred to as a cleanse. So there's a lot of variety there, but the numbers have nothing to do with anything. So 14-day, 21-day, 3-day, this is usually just created around some type of marketing, or if people are just trying to put some parameters on it. But the body really responds to consistency. And when we do deep work, and this is really important for people to understand. If someone just experiments with a 3-day juice fast or something, or a 6-day juice fast, or a 6-day smoothie thing, or whatever, it's good. It'll let you experience how that feels. You're not going to do yourself any damage. But
right.
When people start to do really deep work and they do like a 30-day juice cleanse, and 30 to 90 to, I think they were even doing 120-day juice cleanses, which is totally safe and therapeutic, but not for everyone. But people were doing that, it was very popular about 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
People were doing it a lot. And what was happening is when people weren't understanding that the body loves consistency and it wants to hold them responsible for what they've done. The body, it's getting the communication, and it's going, oh, this is how we live. We live at a very low level of inflammation. We live at a very clean place where we utilize oxygen better, and we don't have to process all this waste anymore. And then it chemically changes over and goes there. And so they go through this tremendous process. And when you come out and you start to eat again, your body's going to hold you accountable to what you do. And things can become magnified. So what happens is here's a great example. There was there is still a famous raw food person whose name I won't say, that was doing very long fasts. They were calling it juice feasting at the time, right? And
I gotcha.
So she did this long juice feast. And she had great results. She had a great experience. She posted the whole thing online. And then she went back to eating regular raw food. Now, she used to be very heavy. And what happened was she started to gain weight, like excess weight. And she was like, wait a second. So she started to call some of the practitioners and raw food practitioners and say, what's going on? I ate a raw food diet. I did great. I lost all this weight. So she started to gain excess weight, and she was eating the same diet that made her lose all the weight initially. Okay? So what happened was her body got really efficient chemically, and then it thought that it was going to live on just liquid for the rest of its life, and she didn't go in slow enough. And basically what she had to do was raise her metabolism to be able to accommodate proteins and fats and raw food again, which is fine. She did that, but what we can see from that is how her body really just listened to the communication that she got, that she was going to live cleanly. Now, she went from raw food to juice feasting for a very long time, and then she went into to raw food again, a very clean raw food diet too. Most people don't do that. Most people will fast and then they lose a lot of weight, and then they go into stuff that's not that great. They might start drinking alcohol again. They might start eating burgers again. I see this stuff all the time clinically. This is what people do. They have this whole drama with food. So when people are going to go on these diets, the therapeutic value is not only what happens during that time, but it's what happens immediately after and gradually for a longer period after that. That's where the magic comes in. So basically what I'm saying is you want to commit after that moment of cleansing to living a healthier lifestyle. So making a mess, cleaning it up, making a mess, cleaning it up, what Gil Jacobs calls penthouse to the outhouse. You don't want to go back and forth like that all the time.
Okay. But I think that people are also asking, though, is if they're trying a new diet, let's say, not a cleanse or a detox, say someone's changing over to paleo, and we addressed this a little bit in another video, like the levels of health, but how do they know if a new diet or a new way of eating is working for them? How long does that take? What are the signs? Because people can have a false sense that something's working for them. For instance, I could start drinking bulletproof coffee every day. And I could say, I feel amazing.
That stuff, man.
So
right.
How do I know if something's truly getting me healthier? And I'm talking about people who are already eating a good diet. I'm not saying McDonald's to clean paleo, if that's such a thing. How do they know that that's the good change for them?
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's a hard question to answer because...
And how long does it take? Can I see a diet working for me in 21 days?
Well, how do we answer this? You can't see a diet working for you in 21 days. Definitely not. Let's use the example of the raw food diet. When people first got into vegan diets and raw food diets, many people lose a lot of weight, they don't look well, and they don't feel well. And that's where my entire relationship and practice of tissue cleansing came in. And that's how I started doing colonics, because the raw food diet was very popular. We were all getting into it, and we were experiencing very deep detoxes. And during that process, I've seen, and in my own life, and I've seen clients and friends where it took over a year to a couple of years to fully balance out through that cleansing process. It was tricky. We would go through periods of feeling amazing, and then we would go through periods of getting sick all the time, but we weren't really getting sick from decreased immunity. We were getting sick because our body was purging waste. Oh, look at her. What was that?
Yeah.
Leg rolls hashtag?
Leg rolls.
I saw the leg rolls picture. So in that example, when someone is cleansing, even if you look at their blood, it could look bad, because what's happening is your body's purging a lot of acids. It's eating up your minerals in your blood, but it's all just a temporary process to get you through a very expedited deep cleanse that you initiated by either fasting or by eating a raw food diet. When people are going, like, say, from vegan, and then they go, well, now I want to try the raw till 4 thing, and I want to eat more fruit and stuff like that, it does get tricky. What we look at for that is, because we're looking at all this new stuff, right? Nobody's really eating traditional diets of indigenous peoples anymore, right? So all of our food is based in farming. It's based on all these new ideas that we have. So even everything from raw food to paleo to all these things, it's created by people that come from civilization and live on agricultural foods, and we're trying to make new stuff. So, the way I've looked at it, and this is one of the reasons why the Durian Rider Freely stuff comes up, and I watch them so closely, and I watch the whole 80-10-10 movement so closely, is because it's so new, and the people that have done it in the past, like the pioneers of it, they didn't know they had problems initially. So like if I start eating lots and lots of fruit and I'm not exercising a lot, I still may feel really well, okay? And I'll feel really good because the sugar can be very stimulating. It's a very clean diet, so elimination should be high. But what happens is if you're not using that sugar effectively enough, it can create an acid condition in the blood. And what that does is it demineralizes your teeth and your bones, and it takes many years for that to happen. Then you find out later and you go, oh shit. So I understand the confusion. I know it's a hard question to answer. How do you know if it's really working for you? You can go based on how you feel, but just know that excess protein and excess sugar can stimulate you and make you temporarily just be high from it and not feel and feel really good, even though it's a false sense of chemically being
balanced. Let me wrap it up
balanced.
this way then, so that we can move on to the next topic, which I feel is coming up in this discussion. So I want to move on. Is there any benefit to the 7, 14, or let's start 3, 7, 14, or 21 day cleanse? And we'll say specifically a juice cleanse, and then a commercial cleanse that includes supplements, and then the last category, like a clean eating, kind of raw till the nighttime, and then eat something very, very clean for dinner cleanse.
Yeah, I think, well, the greatest value comes in what you do after. There's short-term value in that, and the greatest value comes in how you live your life after. But the thing that I always find most valuable with people is when someone has never done anything like that, and then they do it, and they experience how they feel, And then they experience how they feel when they come out and they cheat a little bit or they get back into their normal life.
Keep going. She's just spitting on herself.
They learn a lot about their bodies and themselves, and then it inspires them to then make better choices in the future. Rich Roll, I don't know if you know who Rich Roll is. We met him at the John Joseph book signing, and he has a great podcast. And his whole thing was he did like a juice fast, I believe, and he was like, I don't know, he was a lawyer and he was just eating a lot of fast food, working long hours, and he was in a real crummy condition and he was overweight. And you see pictures of him, he's totally like inflamed and puffy. And he went on this juice fast, and the experience, I don't remember how long it wasn't that long, but the experience that he had was just incredible. And like, look at him now, he's like an ultra athlete. He's like, because he was so inspired from doing that cleanse. The only caution I say is just we have this food drama that some people carry on for life. Watch the bouncing back and forth. Sometimes it's better to just be consistent than to do the extreme stuff. So they just got to watch that because it could be more damaging in the long run.
Can I get some wipes for her, not something dry? Baby stuff. She's spitting up. Her diet's awesome.
How's she doing over there? Oh, she's spitting. Yeah.
So I want to get into the next topic. Remember to visit Everyday Detox on YouTube. You'll find the links in the video description below, and visit BEXLIFE.com to sign up for more info like this and lots of free goodies delivered straight to your inbox. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon in another BEXLIFE video.